My three guests. All right.
Hello.
Cello.
Cello.
Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the pros of legalizing marijuana. Legalizing marijuana is not only the correct political thing to do, it's the American thing to do. Making marijuana legal would not only save lives, but it would also generate billions of dollars for state and local governments. On average, every 38 seconds, someone is arrested in America on charges related to marijuana. 1 in 7 drug offenders are there because of marijuana, and 30% of offenders are nonviolent. Marijuana is California's largest cash crop, with $14 billion a year in sales. The state currently doesn't collect taxes on any of those sales. It is estimated the state lost roughly $1.5 billion in sales tax. The state spends about $300 million a year in law enforcement costs. It currently collects taxes on $200 million a year in the medical marijuana industry. California currently has Proposition 19 on the ballot for November, which would basically allow anyone over the age of 21 to have, transport, grow, and use marijuana for personal use up to an ounce. But they wouldn't be able to smoke in public, they couldn't do it in front of a minor, and they couldn't sell it to a minor, and they couldn't drive while impaired. Legalizing marijuana would save state and federal government billions. It's estimated that 8 states spend over $1 billion a year on marijuana enforcement. The federal government spends around $2.5 billion a year on enforcing federal laws. With enforcement going to every level, marijuana is still widely available. It's sometimes considered easier to come by than alcohol for some minors. The level of marijuana use hasn't declined even though enforcement is in full stride. People have the right to choose if they want to eat a hamburger or smoke a joint. What people do inside your own home is your constitutional right. Our government tells us it's okay to drink and smoke tobacco. They regulate each of them and tax it as well. Everyone knows that hundreds of thousands of people die each year from alcohol and tobacco. There isn't one death on record directly related to smoking too much weed. In Alaska, it's legal to have up to an ounce of marijuana in your home for personal use. This isn't because marijuana is legal, it's because us as citizens have the right to privacy in your home. Marijuana isn't lethal and it's safer than consumption of alcohol, which is legal. It's also the most acceptable. It's almost impossible to overdose from marijuana. People get drunk and become violent. But I've never heard of someone getting high and becoming physically violent against another person. Legalizing marijuana would save lives. Billions of dollars would leave in America and get into the hands of gangs and cartels. Currently, over 75% of all profits made by Mexican cartels is through the sale of marijuana. Rival cartels are battling each other for routes leading to the U.S., which results in many deaths. Decriminalizing the sale and possession of marijuana will eliminate the black market of marijuana. Having the black market, gangs are able to set prices, and with the market being so large in America, thousands of people are dying each year in Mexico. By eliminating the profitability of selling marijuana, you'll eliminate the violence because of it. We need to set federal and state laws governing the sale of marijuana. Then we need to increase the punishment for people breaking the laws. By doing this, we'll almost eliminate all criminal activity. Which would you buy weed from a thug and face a felony, or would you rather buy from the government and do it guilty-free? Making marijuana legal will not only save billions, but also save lives. You have a choice to make. Continue prohibition, which hasn't worked, or embrace the fact that millions of people are smoking weed and will continue to smoke weed, whether it's legal or not. It's been over 70 years since the federal government banned marijuana. With no insight, it's time we try a new approach. Yes?
I have a couple questions. You know, you talked initially about California and not having a tax on their marijuana.
No, I was basically saying that it's estimated that there's $14 billion a year coming out of marijuana. Coming out of California with the growth of marijuana. Just local drug dealers, big-time drug dealers. And it's not taxed because they don't regulate it. That's
right,
just,
because it's not regulated.
Right.
What also you mentioned something about you know, the right to maintain or have a certain amount in Alaska.
Right.
How long has that been in effect? Is that something
like
that's just
35 years? A lot of people don't know about it though. It's not because it's legal. It's because Alaska feels you have a right to privacy. So as long as you keep it under an ounce, Alaska officials aren't going to regulate it or take you to jail for it. But as soon as you step out your home within 100 feet, then it's a problem.
And it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, but you know, like the Swisher Sweets, I invested a little bit of stock on that, and since they come out with grape and cherry, and basically what they do is they put that marijuana in a blunt.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys. Wow! I wish I could edit these things. Sorry, Professor.